challenges. Chris Finch just challenged the ruling on the floor of out of bounds off of Anthony Edwards. It's deflected by Pajemski. Hard to tell from that angle if it hits the back of Edwards' foot. Let's see here. Edwards' reaction was if he did touch it, but Chris Finch was pretty certain that he did not because he called for the review immediately.
And Anthony Edwards was emphatic immediately when he saw that that ball was not going to be theirs in telling that bench to take the challenge.
Did not look like it hit him there. They are still looking at this though. You can tell that one shot there, Pajemski was in the way a little bit there, so it's just hard to tell, but I think we showed enough angles there that you can see it didn't hit Edwards. Again, a lengthy review process here. Make sure they get this right. Scott Foster, David Guthrie, Mitchell Irvin, our crew here. And a great group back at the replay center, making sure they get this correct.
I don't see any evidence that it touched Anthony Edwards on that.
They also got to look at the shot clock too. That could be part of this here. It's at 5 right now. It could be the reason for the delay. It looks like it's off of Pajemski. Now they have to make sure they have the right number on the shot clock for Minnesota when they get possession. So if it's successful, Minnesota will keep its challenge for later in the game. 1-point game, game 3, series tied 1 apiece. It was 42-40 at halftime, Golden State. No made threes for the Warriors.
No, please.
Meanwhile, Minnesota has made just 1 3 here in the second half after 6 in the first half. 2 for the Warriors.
Welcome to my YouTube channel. Hyperrealistic pencil arts. Thank you, Cookie. Thank you for subscribing to my channel.
The clock's set. So they're going to put time back on the game clock and shot clock. 4:47, as you heard Scott say, and 7 on the shot clock. And you also had time to drop a play if you're Chris Finch. Randall's got to get it in. They do just in time. Edwards. First layup is good. Anthony Edwards has come alive here for Minnesota to retake the lead. He has 10 in the quarter.
Oh, he's made up his mind. If they're going to close out over that hard out beyond the three-point line, he's going to use his speed and athletic ability to get to the rim and finish and create some easy opportunities.
Hello, Aliyah.
Butler, guarded by Reed, shot clock at 4. Coming to play, just with the hammer jam. Great find by Butler, his 6th assist.
Minnesota went zone on that possession as Anthony Edwards fires a 3. And Golden State's movement confused them and allowed that weak side cut by Kalyjay.
They go to Butler, he's doubled immediately. Randall, good defense and a great save. Terrific hustle, Julius Randall. Edwards, wide open. Can't get a free. Back-to-back misses from deep. He is 1 for 5 from 3 in this game. He 4 for his last 28 from 3. Here's Hill, wide open, and Hill drills a triple. Buddy Hill with 2 threes in the third. And the lead is 4. It's the largest for Golden State. Handle attacks. Count that one. And a foul on Moody.
Minnesota gets it up and attacks early. Julius Randle gets the angle, and Kevon Looney got to take a harder foul than that. Well, Julius Randle, when he's trying to finish with that left hand.
3rd foul on Looney. Randle now with 17 points. He had 24 points, 11 assists, 7 rebounds in a Game 2 victory. 7 assists tonight. He knocks down the free throw. Back to a one-point game. The difference for Golden State, the backcourt. Hield and Pajemski with 9 points combined with 4. Just 2 in the first half. Pajemski now has Nas Reed on him. Step back 3 over the outstretched arm of Reed. Not there. Minnesota ball.
That's not Golden State. We're not able to get the penetration that they've gotten on the last several possessions.
Nice spin by Randall on Butler, and Julius Randall gives the Wolves the lead back.
He is really taking advantage right now of the matchups that he is getting, using that size and able to get back to his left hand.
Our 10th lead change here tonight in Game 3. Shot clock at 8. Kuminga as Alexander Walker falls down. Kuminga fell down but made the shot. And a foul. Jonathan Kuminga with 16 points off the bench.
Right here, goes left. He sees all of that traffic on the spin back. Dante DiVincenzo was just being pushed under the basket. He's not in position right there.
Thank you, June.
Trying to put his body in front and draw an offensive foul. Great aggressiveness and body control by Jonathan Kuminga to get that one to go.
And 4 fouls now on DiVincenzo. Both he and Gobert with 4 personal fouls. Green
Hello,
has 4
June.
for Golden State. Kuminga gets the bounce. He has 17 points. The Warriors finish outscoring Minnesota 21-8 here in Game 3.
Butler and Kuminga now at 42 of their 64 points.
Ball knocked out of bounds by the Warriors. 15 to shoot for Minnesota. 2 players in double figures for each team. Butler 25, Kuminga 17. 20 for Randall, 18 for Anthony Edwards. Edwards guarded by 8. And throws it right to Kevon Looney. Butler all the way, kicks it out. Gets it back. Corner 3. It's there.
All right, Dub Nation, that was a wild play. We need you to give a high five to your neighbor. Come on, it's our high five jam. High five. Let's see those high fives.
Barbara Streisand.
Well, we knew it was going to take some three-point shooting on the part of the Warriors to have a chance to win this game. And they stepped up here in the third quarter. Jimmy Butler doing the hard work of drawing multiple defenders to the lane. Buddy Hield with the cleanest look of the night. And Jimmy Butler, after this pass, continues to run. Very Steph Curry-like pass and then chase. Gets it back. Feeling good. Knocks down the corner 3, and the Warriors have extended their lead.
Golden State 4 of 9 from 3. Any strategic difference you're noticing as to why they're finally going in, or is it simply their ball?
It's been all created by Jimmy Butler beating his man off the dribble, getting into the lane, and a reaction on the part of the Timberwolves on the weak side. It's created now 2 opportunities.
Oh my goodness! Anthony Edwards scrapes the sky and flushes it. That quieted down this crowd awful quick.
I think that's more in line with the execution out of the timeout that Chris Finch had in mind. Anthony Edwards over the top.
Makes it a 3-point game. 90 seconds to go here in the third. The Rip will feel that one tomorrow. My goodness. Looney misses inside. Again, Gobert alters the shot. Golden State keeps behind the back pass. Kuminga for three. 20 points for Jonathan Kuminga, once benched just weeks ago. Now a major factor for the Warriors when they need him with no Steph Curry. And now a foul on the Warriors. Over the limits of free throws for Minnesota. On Kuminga, his second. Gobert at the line. Curry missing second straight game. He's out. Game 4. And we evaluate him the day of Game 5 on Wednesday. And then Game 6 won't be till next Sunday. Possible that he would return at some point in the series. While we have a moment, let's just enjoy this one again because you don't see this very often.
If you see him gather like that, he's a two-footed jumper. And when he comes in and gathers and puts that left shoulder as the lead shoulder toward the rim, he just goes to a different floor, his elevator, than Kevon Looney's.
His numbers throughout his young career are better in the playoffs than they are in the regular season. He's been pretty good in the regular season. It's the consistency we are now seeing from Anthony Edwards. And he's been great in the second halves of the 3 games in the series. He's up to 20 points now, 12 here in the third quarter. 1 out of 2 for Gobert, 4-point lead for Golden State. DiVincenzo right at the grill of Heels. Shot clock at 5. Heels gets rid of him, fires, and gets a 3. Now they can't miss. They couldn't make in the first half.
Well, buddy, Hield more than a catch-and-shoot guy, using all of his bag with that handle to create space.
9 points for Hield in the quarter. Edwards with the answer. Anthony Edwards, 23 points, 15 in the third.
Those layups and that dunk got him going. He's feeling it right now. You see the look in his eye, the clap. He wants his hands on that basketball to close out this quarter.
And a turnover by Golden State. Hield and Kuminga not on the same page. Minnesota can hold for the final shot of the third quarter. The series tied at 1. Game 4 Monday night. Alexander Walker hasn't scored. He had 20 in Game 2, knocked away by Pitt. 8 seconds to go in the quarter. Now it's down to 4. Edwards trying to shake Hield, gets past him, hangs, and Pitt get it to fall. Great defense by Kevon Looney to close out the quarter. Golden State by 4 after 3. This presentation of the NBA playoffs will continue after these messages and a word from our ABC stations.
It's now time for the assist of the game, presented by AM/PM.
Let them hear you. Warriors. Warriors.
Warriors! Warriors! Now everybody make some noise! Come on, we can't hear you! Welcome back to the conference semifinals delivered by Chipotle. We're in the sidelines with Jonathan Kuminga. Jonathan, you've been great on both ends. How would you describe the impact you're having right now?
I just say it's mostly just my energy. And I think the more I play hard, the more I run, the more I just do those small things, you know, it's going to impact on both ends. So that's what I've just been doing all day.
What's allowed you guys to take and make more threes in the second half?
What is that?
What's allowed you guys to take and make more threes in the second half?
Just taking care of the ball, sharing, giving all the extra passes, you know, if somebody open, just kick it. And I think that's what kind of helping us.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's what Lex was talking about during the break there, although the answer about not turning the ball over is a bad turnover to start the quarter. No Jimmy Butler right now in the offense. It struggled with him on the floor for the most part, only 73 points, but they did have 31 in the third. And it's really been struggled offensively when he's been on the bench.
Well, to Jonathan Kuminga's point, they only had 2 turnovers in that quarter. That's an extremely low number for Golden State in general, but particularly in this series where they've averaged 19 a game. Take care of the ball, get shots, got a chance to put some numbers on the board.
The longer jump balls in playoff history, they finally throw it up as Randall and Mooney were battling for position, and it's Minnesota ball. Julius Randle, 20 points. Anthony Edwards, 23. Edwards at 15 in that third quarter. Conley drops floater, front rim, and no. Rebound Mooney. Where is the offense going to come from? Buddy Hield got going in the third. Meanwhile, Pajemski still struggling, 1 of 10. Kuminga, as Katie mentioned, has been the guy. 20 points, 8 of 11 for the second straight game. Backing down the smaller.
The Warriors are playing so well right now.
Conley committing his third foul.
Really smart by Jonathan Kuminga.
Kuminga is doing
kept the
great.
ball extended out away from Mike Conley. He's just using his size, and the whole time he's surveying to see if there's going to be a second defender come his way. He was ready to make the pass, but instead he just overwhelms Conley and gets the free throws.
And let's listen in now to the sounds of the game.
I'm trying to get to a game 6. And more deal better.
That is the plan. That's the plan. Hey, Buddy been guarding lately. He came, but he was in first series he was guarding.
And Buddy Hield, that's a big reason why, not just the scoring, the Warriors are in this round. He had the heroic offensive efforts in Game 7 with 33 points, but he told us before the game.
Hello, guys.
A lot of pride on the defensive end.
And I think the word that Steve Kerr used to describe him was fearless when he talked about him offensively, because he has gone through some droughts in the postseason, in the Houston series in particular, but the way he finished that series at 33 on the road in a Game 7, and the first two games of this series and again tonight, getting Jimmy Butler the support that he needs.
And to your point, no points in Game 6 before that, of course, in Game 7. Offensive foul as Pajemski is knocked down. And Julius Randle picks up his third foul. Butler back on the floor, by the way, for the Warriors moments ago.
That's an acting job by Pajemski. Yeah. I think he needs an award here. There's hardly any contact. When you look at the amount of contact that takes place on screens on every possession, there was not much there at all. Give Pajemski credit. If you could sell it, it's wrong. You earn your team a possession.
Especially in this game when it comes to contact. Butler could not get that one. Rebound, Nasri. Butler with 28, Kuminga 22. The Warriors lead by 6, minute and a half gone by in the fourth, and now Pajemski wasn't much contact there. First foul on him, first team foul.
Talk
talk about Podziemski and the things he does to help you win, even if he's not scoring. He's leading the Warriors right now in rebounding.
Of the best rebounding guards in the league, and it's just his second year. He's got 8 points so far. Most of those in the first half. Randall, Green had to be careful with 4 fouls, and Randall missed the shot. Quick outlet. They don't have numbers, 3 on 4. Draymond just 2 points. Good pass to Lee. Butler missed the lift. He's missed a few of those right at the rim. No foul, out of bounds, off Golden State.
I think he was unsure what side he wanted to go through with this. He knew Julius Randle was behind him and looked like he was going to shoot a right-handed scoop shot. Decided to go left at the last second.
Edwards got caught in the air. And they're going to say a foul on Payton. That's 2 on Golden State. 2 on Payton. No field goals for either team yet in the quarter.
You see Gary Payton right there. He had a hold of Anthony Edwards' arm as he went in to the lane. It really caused Anthony Edwards to get twisted in the air, and that's why he didn't get the shot.
Payton knocks it out of play. Shot clock at 10 for Minnesota. Warriors trying to win without Steph Curry, knowing he won't be back until at the earliest Game 5. With that hamstring injury suffered in Game 1. They managed to win that game. Had a healthy lead when he went out. Got blown out in Game 2. And a 6-point lead here in Game 3. Will be reevaluated on Wednesday. Edwards rises up over Podziemski, almost falling into the bench. Cans a 3.
Sometimes great offense in this league is just too good for great defense.
Omega downhill. Got it to fall. Great pass as well by Green. Edwards, 26 points. He'll try it again. Missed that time. Long rebound. Batting around with to Conley. Now Reed, corner 3. Got it. Nas Reed with his 3rd three-pointer. Long pass down court. Payton falls down. And a jump ball between Conley and Payton.
And a couple things here for Golden State. The long rebound, again, we saw that in the first half. Those 50-50 balls on the long rebound have to be grabbed defensively. This is that shot I was talking about. You can't play this better than Brandon Podziemski. He got the switch. He gets off the ground perfectly, but this is what that long rebound led to. A second opportunity, and Nas Reed towing one up in the corner.
So Edwards with 26 points. That was his first made 3 since the first quarter. Meanwhile, Reed 3 of 3. Minnesota's got 8 made 3s. Golden State with 6. All of those, as we told you, coming here in the second half. First time since 2007 the Warriors did not make a 3 in a half in a playoff game. That was against Dallas. They were the 8th seed and they beat the 1 seed Mavs that series. Jimmy Butler, 28 points, 21 shots, 7 free throw attempts. That's big for the Warriors. Butler gets past Reed. Good defense, Reed. Knocked it away, but the Warriors keep. Shot clock at 4. Here's Butler for 3. Jimmy Butler with his second 3 ball. He's got 31.
So selective when he takes those, but that time he was perfectly on balance. He eyed Nas Reed up and knew he could get that off.
Randall pulling out the Draymond Green, and Randall finishes inside. 22 for Randall, 3-point game.
He's such a different post-up player when he can get back to that left hand. Draymond forced him over the other shoulder, the last post-up, and forced a miss.
Butler again gets past his man. Another missed layup and a foul on Reed, and that's 4 on Nas Reed. When Steve Kerr, after Mike Dunleavy, the general manager, made the trade for Jimmy Butler, Steve Kerr said we needed somebody to help Steph Curry take some pressure off him by getting to the foul line. That's when Jimmy Butler's at his best, and we are seeing that here tonight.
Yeah, and it's really amazing what he can do when his mindset to start the game is to be a scorer. As Jimmy Butler, we know, likes to feel the game as he describes it, and he'll get into the lane, but he's trying to get other guys involved. You can see it from the very beginning of this game what his intentions were, and he has delivered.
Go back to the play-in when they were the 7th seed. They win that game. Curry was rated at 37, Butler at 38. That was his best game of the postseason, maybe his best game overall. He played 30 regular season games for the Warriors. But he might top that tonight. He's got 33 points now. The lead is 5 for Golden State. 18 mark for the Warriors. Leonard gets a 2-1 series lead. Edwards on the spin of the elbow. And Pate knocks it free. Underneath, Randall corrals and scores. And they're going to wave it off. It was still in Randall's hand. Shot clock violation. Still in his hand. Good call, Scott Foster and company right on it.
Scott Foster was all over that, and he was under the rim, and sometimes that's a tough angle for an official to see that light, but that was certainly still in Julius Randle's hand. It looked like they were going to benefit from that loose ball, but instead the Warriors catch a break.
Shot clock at 8. Butler now on.
Thank you so much.
They're driving, spinning, stopping, ball away. Rebound Randall. Here's Edwards. His team down 5. Mid post. Working against Butler. Butler reaches in. Foul. That's his third. Third team foul. 2 on Minnesota.
I think Scott Foster got him there, saying that he was using his right arm actually to impede Nasri's progress as he was reaching around to poke that ball from behind.
Watching Edwards. Edwards with 26, 18 since halftime. Randall downhill. Throws it down.
That's a calculated risk by Draymond Green, but that did not pay off in that situation. He's played Julius Randle so well. When he's got him squared up at the elbow, he gambled, missed Julius Randle with an easy one.
Draymond Green trying to return the favor, turns it over. Randall ahead to Ant-Man. Edwards was beautiful stop and lay-in. He was going 100 miles an hour, put on the brakes, and still had the dexterity to lay it home to make it a 1-point game.
The NBA Conference semifinals on ABC are delivered by Chipotle. Real ingredients, real flavor. Chipotle, for real.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Thank you so much for the sub.
But somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the bed, but somebody gotta do it. Somebody gotta, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the bed, but somebody gotta do it.
Dub Nation, get loud one more time for your Warriors dance team and Blue Crew. All right, heads up, coffee people. Pete is dropping gift cards fans. That's right, look up in the sky. You may see a parachute coming your way.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. When the beat drop it, get it. Park it like it's hot.
That's right, Pete's Coffee. All you gotta do is download the Pete's Coffee app to order ahead and skip the line at your local Pete's Coffee Bar.
I'm a nice dude. What's a nice dude? See these ice cubes. See these ice creams. Eligible reaction. $1 million bowl. That's why.
Tonight's Good Hands Play brought to you by Allstate. We touched on this at the start of the telecast. The reason they got Jimmy Butler when he did the play-in game, 38 points. Had a good playoffs, but nothing like we've seen tonight without Steph Curry rising to the occasion with 33 points.
And it's sensing the moment. It's getting the split on the road and not wanting to give it right back to the Timberwolves in Game 3. You've established now you've got home court advantage if you're the Warriors. You don't have to win another road game in this series. And that's what Jimmy Butler's fighting for tonight. And Steve Kerr told us before the game he was going to play him heavy minutes. And he said he had a conversation with him this morning at shoot-around, and both of them recognized what Jimmy Butler was going to try to do tonight.
1 point lead for Golden State. They're in the midway point of the fourth quarter. Here's Green in the high post for the quarter. A three, Payton short. And it's Minnesota ball. Anthony Edwards, 28 points to pace Minnesota. 11 of 25 for the floor. Randall has 24. Edwards got the three. Anthony Edwards with 4 3-pointers. Minnesota back in front.
One of his only catch and shoots from the three tonight, and he knew Gary Payton was on him. He was a smaller defender, shot that very relaxed.
Butler underneath, missed the shot at the rim. Good defense by McDaniels. Here's Randall. Edwards, 23 points here in the half. 9 of 14 from the floor. Looking to take Payton again. Shot clock inside 10. Randall on the back down. They don't help. It's one-on-one. Randall to the corner. 3 on the way. Way off the mark from Alexander Walker, but out of bounds off Butler. 1.6 on the shot clock.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. He understands Gary Payton is the defender coming over, and he is an elite on-ball defender, but he's smaller than Anthony Edwards. He normally sees longer defenders on him. That's why he was so relaxed with that release.
Randall got to get rid of it. Got it away in time. No, he did not. They wave it off. That's the second time in the last couple of minutes that a made basket by Julius Randall has been waved off because the ball was still in his hand when the shot clock hit 0.
Scott Crawford won it again, looking right at Julius Randall. That was a little bit easier. The ball was deeper back into his foul before the release.
McDaniels, an elite defender, screened away by Green. So now on the switch, you get Randall on Butler. Butler driving on him and throws it over the head of Draymond Green out of bounds.
Similar to the pass that he threw to Kalyjay on the 2-on-1 break in the first half. It's a bullet, and it's about chest high. That's a very difficult play for Draymond Green to catch that. Finish Jimmy Butler do what he should have. Gone ahead and forced that shot up. He may have got the whistle.
Ward turnover. Great backdoor cut. Alexander Walker blew the layup though. The Warriors looking to run, tie, or maybe take the lead. Kuminga step through, can't finish, a foul, and back to the line goes Kuminga. 5 of 6 at the line so far, 20 points. 13 foul on Minnesota. And Chris Finch going to challenge the foul on Randall here. He already used the challenge. It was successful, so this is it. He will not have one. Steve Kerr doesn't have one either for the final 5 minutes of the game. Back in a moment.
Thank you, Winter. Welcome to my channel. Thank you, Destina. Welcome to my channel. Hello, guys.
They passed Tim Legler, Katie George back in San Francisco. So they are going to overturn the call on the floor. It's a successful challenge. They say Draymond Green commits a foul. You can review the entire play, and you see Green grabbing the jersey of Randall. That's 5 personal fouls on Draymond Green.
Yeah, the unfortunate part here for Golden State is it's not really necessary for Draymond Green to do that. Jonathan Kuminga had a path to the rim, and with his athletic ability, he was going to go up and over the top of Randall. Draymond Green just trying to give him an advantage, but gets caught on the replay.
You keep Green in. Steve Kerr obviously is. How long here have you played this?
Yeah, I mean, you got to trust him. He played in foul trouble a lot throughout his career. Very smart in doing that. I think with this time in the game, now 2 to leave him in.
Randall going to work to the corner. Shot clock at 7. McDaniels puts it on the floor. Missed the dunk. Draymond Green just fouled out. And Steve Kerr does not have a challenge. 4:38 to go. Green's night is over.
Like I said, Dave, I would have gotten him out of the game immediately after the 5th foul. That's just says Draymond Green. First of all, he creates this with the closeout angle that he took. That you're leaving yourself susceptible to the drive. You can see right there, he's got his left hand all over James McDaniels' back. Look, I know you want to try to make a play, you've got a defensive reputation, but if you're on the court with 5 fouls, you have to concede that dunk. It's that simple. And be down 4 with 4.5 minutes to go, and you're still on the floor helping your team.
So now you would have Steph Curry and Draymond Green. And the Warriors fight back. We're down 2. Make it 3. McDaniels hits the first free throw. The NBA playoffs presented by Google continue tomorrow afternoon on ABC. Denver and Oklahoma City. Nuggets are 2-1 in that series. Coverage starts 3 Eastern. NBA countdown. Every postseason, it feels like we tell the story of a breakout star. It might be Aaron Gordon. He's been a very good player and an all-star before, but he's won a couple of games in the postseason for Denver.
Nobody has been more clutch in this postseason than Aaron Gordon, for sure. He had a huge lead last night to help Denver take that 2-1 lead.
Meanwhile, a 5-point deficit has turned into a 4-point lead. A 9-0 run by Minnesota over the last 4 minutes. Here's Butler, 33 points, puts it on the floor, stops underneath for Looney, and Looney is hammered. 3 team fouls on Minnesota. Conley commits his 4th personal, and Kevon Looney, just a 57% free throw shooter during the regular season, to the line.
Credit Naz Reid with that rotation. He met Jimmy Butler early that time. He was all the way over there outside the lane as Butler was driving. No chance for him to get off the floor, stop the drive. Butler gets the drop off, but certainly I think Minnesota would rather have Kevon Looney shooting free throws than Jimmy Butler with an opportunity for a 3-point play.
Gobert checks back in for Naz Reid. 1 more free throw for Looney. Key part of those championships for the Warriors because of his leadership, his rebounding. Team often talks about how great he is at setting screens to free up Curry and Thompson and Durant during those titles. He makes both free throws, 30 bench points for the Warriors. 2-point Minnesota. Here's Edwards. He's got 31 for the game, 23 in the second half. Look at a drive on Verminga. Two elite athletes going at it. Out to Conley. Can't make it. A three. Gobert tips it around, and a foul call on Golden State. It's on Looney. That's 4 on him.
Yeah, he basically, right here, is practically face guarding Rudy Gobert, and he's holding his jersey as well. He was in a tough spot. He was pushed under the rim, and he's just trying to fight to get Rudy Gobert rooted out of there, but that's a pretty easy call when you've got him wrapped up to that extent.
11 rebounds, 5 points, 4 blocks for Gobert. 3 of 4 at the line. Now 4 of 5. The Warriors are out or over the limit, so Minnesota will shoot free throws the rest of the game. Four-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert. 78th career playoff game. Some of postseason games when he was with Utah, and then the run to the conference finals with the Wolves last year.
Just 46% in the playoffs from the line, but 4 of 5 tonight, making 5 of 6.
Lane violation, though, on Randall, so wave it off. It's a 3-point game.
Well, maybe Julius Randle didn't even believe in Rudy Gobert's great free throw shooting here tonight, trying to get a jump and get a head start and get into that paint.
Although Gobert took longer than normal there to be released. Really, Randall was anticipating and letting it go early. Butler around the screen. Drives, goes. Gobert missed another layup. Cleared by Randall. Edwards up the court. And Butler will agree with the three-point line, so Edwards backs away to the logo with a shot clock at 10. Minnesota up 3. 7 to shoot. Edwards to Randall. Swing it. McDaniel fires. And nails it. Switches home to 3. And the lead to 6 for the Wolves.
Well, that is just perfect execution. Anthony Edwards cross 2, takes him to the sideline, and then it's just 2-on-1 on the weak side.
No field goals in 6 minutes for Golden State. Tough shot by Kaminga. Great tip by Buddy Hield. Wow. Hield getting it done on the offensive glass. In the backcourt, Conley had a little trouble on the trap. Randall gets it across in time. Kaminga harassing him. Conley down low. Gobert charges in to Butler, and that's 5 on Rudy Gobert. Draymond Green is fouled out on the other side for Golden State a couple of minutes ago.
Golden State's pressure up the floor sped Minnesota up that time. And I think Jimmy Butler knew all along what he was trying to do. When he helped on that penetration, he was going to bait Rudy Gobert into that hard drive. Jimmy Butler gives up his body, gets the ball back.
Chris Finch keeping Gobert in the game. Butler going to get the ball. Guarded by McDaniel, some 35 feet away from the basket. We got a foul on Conley off the ball. That's 5 on him. So both Gobert and Conley with 5 personals. And that's the 14th foul, so no free throws yet for Golden State. Shot clock at 14. One timeout left for the Warriors, 2 for Minnesota. Shot clock at 5, Kaminga. Nobody open. Timer at 1. Kaminga's got to put it on. Got it away. Time missed it. Mooney there with the offensive rebound. Back to Kaminga. Stripped Edwards. What a play. McDaniel's ahead to Randall. Randall got caught in the air. Plays for Gobert, who slams it down. And the foul. The Wolves could not get out and run at all in the first half. But they are here in the fourth.
So that's the sequence of the night defensively for Minnesota. First, they forced them into a late clock. And then a strip on the second chance opportunity. And changing into the floor, Rudy Gobert just running straight down the middle. Great hands by Anthony Edwards. And a great decision right here by Julius Randle. With 3 Warriors back, he knows the trailer is coming.
5th foul on Looney. Green, as we mentioned, is fouled out. Gobert and Conley with 5 apiece for Minnesota. Gobert 4 of 5 at the line so far in the game. And that terrific Game 5 destroyed the Lakers as a scorer and a rebounder. 2020 game as Minnesota advanced to the conference semis for the second straight year for the first time in franchise history. And Gobert able to complete the three-point play. Minnesota in command for now. 2 minutes to go. Wolves up 7. Golden State's offense has really struggled the last handful of possession. He'll catch and shoot. Good on the break.
Boy, they need that one right there. Buddy Hield came off the bounce and got his feet set quickly.
And then Hield with a great defensive play. Knocks it off of Alexander Walker out of bounds. 14 points this half for Hield. And again, we're seeing the hustle and energy on defense for Buddy Hield.
Great job by Buddy Hield. Now this is a pass right here that just doesn't need to be made up the sideline from that distance. Buddy Hield closes the gap to deflection. Right here, great job getting his feet set as the defender tries to go over the top. Hield knocks one down and keep the Warriors in it.
93-89 Minnesota. 20th turnover by the Wolves. 1:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Winner will take a 2-1 series lead. And Adult Beverage got on the basketball. Going to dry that off before inbounding. Kalyjay brings it across. Jimmy Butler's got 33. The lead all scores. Edwards has 31. Hield with 14 here in the second half. Way off the mark on a triple try. Randall Skies for the rebound. 90 seconds to go. Minnesota ball up 4. They double. Randall fights through it. Here's Edwards. He'll pop. In and out on the three. Gobert taps it out to Randall. Back to Edwards. Another try. That one's good. Anthony Edwards with 34.
Another offensive rebound comes back to haunt Golden State.
And an offensive foul on the screen on Looney. He's fouled out. Both Draymond Green and Kevon Looney are done. Meanwhile, Julius Randle has a triple-double for Minnesota. What a night. 24 points, 12 assists, 10 rebounds. And the Wolves have the ball up 7 late in the fourth.
Anthony Edwards only had one made three in the first half. He's got 4 in the second. None bigger than this one.
And then you see Looney here clearly moving into the path of Mike Conley, picking up the offensive foul. And so Minnesota, which trailed by 5 with about 5 minutes to go in the game, showing that the experience of last year again helping them. Legs keeping their poise, the consistency of Anthony Edwards, the leadership of him and Randall and Gobert, who've been down this road before.
What a game for Julius Randle. In particular, the way he has cleaned up the defensive glass here late as the Warriors were fighting to stay in it, limiting them to one shot. For his ability to get in there and just go over the top to secure the basketball, understanding the importance of finishing off defensive possession by securing the rebound.
We've got a doubleheader for you Monday on ESPN. But first, we have the 2025 NBA Draft Lottery. Who will get Cooper Flag? And then it's Knicks in Boston, New York up 2-1. Wolves and Warriors. Minnesota trying to go up 2-1, which would put the Warriors in desperation mode on Monday because Steph Curry won't play. We don't know if he's even going to play on Wednesday. They have to go back to Minnesota with the series 2-2 to realistically win this series, assuming Curry's not back until Game 6. Chance that he would play in Game 5, but he's going to be reevaluated that day. Sean Sharani has reported several times that the likely return date at the earliest is Game 6. But the Wolves throw it away. Randall over the head of Conley. Golden State ball.
Chris Pitch upset with that because that's 2 turnovers now by Minnesota here in the last 45 seconds. They're really just unnecessary. Julius Randle could just keep his dribble, get into a half-court set, kill some clock. Instead, gives the Warriors the ball right back.
Kuminga trying to work quickly. Missed the layup. Randle, great defense. Gobert out to McDaniels. Here's Edwards. Soaring. Missing the jam. And a foul. Anthony Edwards way up there. I think he was even higher on that one than the one in the third. He's got 26 points here in the second half, 15 in the third, 11 in the fourth, and 2 free throws coming up.
There's no doubt. Look where he plants. That is just inside the dotted line there in the lane when he gets that second foot down. Just not quite able to finish that off. Would have been maybe the most spectacular dunk of the postseason if he finished that.
35 points for Anthony Edwards. You said at the top of the telecast, Anthony Edwards is due for a huge game. The way he had been playing offensively in the last few. It happened here in the second half.
Yeah, the second half is the eruption you're talking about with Anthony Edwards because he's capable of doing it at any time. Has only had really one of these type of explosions in the postseason when he took over this game in the second half offensively.
Great ball is good by Kuminga. 6-point game. Warriors not done yet. 43 seconds to go. Edwards has 63 of his 79 points in this series in the second half. Warriors will not foul. Randle gets it across to McDaniels. Warriors trying not to foul at this point with a shot clock inside of 10. Conley underneath. McDaniels got the fall away. Lead up to 8 for Minnesota. Jackson Davis with the slam. Now the Warriors, if they can't get a steal, have to foul immediately. But they didn't see McDaniels, and now they get to him with 15.2 on the clock. So Anthony Edwards with 36 points. Julius Randle the triple-double. Rudy Gobert had 13 rebounds and some big made free throws.
And you worry about the Warriors because he gave a formula of what it would take to potentially get a win. Jimmy Butler was going to have to go off and assert himself. He did that with 33. He was going to need help from maybe an unexpected source. Jonathan Kuminga gives him 27. Buddy Hield chipped in with 14. Their defense kept him in it, but it still wasn't enough to be able to withstand what Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves were able to do late.
No points for Butler in the last 8 minutes, and that's when the lead dissipated. They just didn't have enough help. Buddy Hield made a couple shots, but Brandon Pajemski 1 for 10. Kuminga did not play as well offensively in the fourth quarter as he did in the previous 3 quarters. And now you're staring at a 2-1 deficit. Game 4 on Monday night, knowing that man will still be in straight close.
At the end of the day, it was about getting a split. They were in great position here. They didn't get it. They expended an awful lot of energy, heavy minutes for their top guys. So now they're going to have to get one on Monday, or they're going to face going home or going back to Minnesota to get closed out.
So you mentioned the formula to win in Game 3. Is that the same formula in Game 4? Is there something? Minnesota is obviously going to make some adjustments based on what they saw today. The Warriors will have to keep an eye on that and anticipate what that might be. Because Jimmy Butler, while he had 33, we mentioned, didn't score in the last 8 minutes, he missed a bunch right at the rim. But it's hard to imagine asking any more from him.
So, and I actually thought another factor in this game, and we haven't mentioned it yet, during that key stretch, I thought it was the first time all night I really felt the presence of Rudy Gobert. He altered several of those drives when it was still a 2-point game, a 4-point game. Jimmy Butler, Kuminga, driving in there, Gobert getting there to alter shots. Had a big night on the glass, made free throws, but I thought that stretch of protecting the rim when the Warriors were doing the right things to get there, I thought helped secure a win here for Minnesota.
4 blocks and maybe 5 or 6 more altered shots because of that long arm. 15 seconds left, 8-point lead for Minnesota. for three. No good. Gonna make it to the corner. He'll put it up and knock it down. 5 seconds left. It's a 2-possession game. And the Minnesota Timberwolves have won 2 straight in the series since the injury to Steph Curry in game 1. The Wolves go up 2-1. They'll look to take a 3-1 lead on Monday night here in San Francisco, trying to get to the conference finals for the 2nd straight year. And meanwhile, Jonathan Kuminga has to be pulled away by Trace Jackson Davis. He was having words with Anthony Edwards at midcourt. Final score, Minnesota 102, Golden State 97. Anthony Edwards, absolutely sensational in the second half. He's talked often about he's not ready to be the face of the league. He might not have a choice the way he's going. Terrific second half for Edwards. The fourth quarter, he was at his best. And here's Katie.
Thanks, Dave. And it was a 2-point game with 6 minutes to go. What allowed you guys to take control and pull away in the final minutes?
Playing as a team, getting stops on our defensive end, and limiting those guys to one shot.
What do you think of your first half offense as compared to your second half?
Me personally, I stunk in the first half. But you know, it happens, man. Shots gonna fall, shots not gonna fall sometimes, but you know, as long as you trust the work, keep shooting it, and shoot it with confidence, man. Don't lose confidence, you'll be all right.
Julius Randle had a triple-double tonight. How would you describe the impact? Yeah, he did. Triple-double. I'm sure you're happy about that. How would you describe the impact he had?
He's big time, man. He's came through every game for us in the playoffs this year. And the way he's finding people and getting us open, even myself, giving me open looks, I can't ask for nothing better.
This was the tightest game we've seen in the series so far. How important is it not to get too comfortable, especially with Steph Curry on the bench?
I mean, you can't never get too comfortable, man. This is a championship DNA team. They got a championship DNA staff, head coach, and this is what they do, man. So I got to be ready. We got to be ready at all times.
Congrats, Nancy.
Thank you.
He had 28 points in the second half. He had 13 in the fourth quarter. He made 10 of his final 16 shots. And now Minnesota 2 wins away from going to the conference finals in back-to-back seasons. Game 4 between Denver and Oklahoma City, the other Western Conference semi, is tomorrow on ABC with the Nuggets leading the Thunder 2-1. Your local news is next over most of these ABC stations. For Tim Legler, Katie George, our entire crew, this is Dave Pashnick. So long from San Francisco. Minnesota leads 2-1 after a 102-97 win here in Game 3. Thank you for watching the NBA playoffs on ABC, home of the NBA Finals.
Hello, Miri. This 10th and 11th May, you're all invited to Pamaisuri Imperial City Mall. Experience endless entertainment with Astro. Be entertained by our sensational artists. Astro customers can win photo passes with our stars via Astro Rewards. Jumpa kita di sana kelak.
The time has come. The Eagles are eager to claim their first ever major trophy. But the citizens have no intentions of finishing empty-handed. An epic showdown awaits at Wembley. The Emirates FA Cup Final. Palace versus Manchester City. Live on Astro Football and Astro Go.
Hello guys, thank you for staying with me.
I know a place where the purse is much bigger.
Thanks, but I've got a day job.
If you're looking to prove something to yourself, there's no better place to do it.
You don't know me.
I can't imagine anyone buying you out at this point. It'll be good to have you at home again.
Came as soon as I heard.
That makes sense. Considering the amount of opium you had stored here. It's gone, by the way. All of it.
He doesn't know anything.
Father, you may be checked out, but you better believe you watched the fucking books.
All roads lead to some kind of major fuckery. I'm not looking to sink your shit. I just want to help.
Pitting father against son. You're gonna tear apart the only child that can stand up to my lane.
Hey, Vega, that tournament you told me about, you still need a fighter. Did we cross into Mexico?
Not exactly. Rooker's Mill is a border town. It's not even a town, really. It's all private property owned by one man.
And that's, Rooker, right?
Elijah Rooker.
Rich guy.
Yes. And like I said, obsessed with fighters. I guess he gets off on watching men beat each other to death. He hosts this tournament every year. Fighters come from all over the country. The cash prize is a hell of a lot more than you could earn fighting at my boat.
He said that's $2,500, right?
Less my cut.
Of course.
I think I'm gonna like you here after all. So that does nothing for you, huh?
Not a thing.
And you really like men.
Certain men, yes.
Do you like me?
No.
Why the fuck not?
Would you fuck your sister?
I don't have a sister.
But if you did,
Of course not. Wait a minute.
So this Rooker really owns all of this?
The land, the buildings, everything from the tavern to the tannery. Even the cops are his. There'll be less of this riffraff once we're inside the gates.
I'm used to being a riffraff.
Today you're on the guest list. No weapons allowed on Rooker's Ranch. You get them back when you leave.
No.
Wait here.
What's the deal?
No weapons inside.
I don't give up my blades for anyone.
One of these days you should learn to fight with your fists.
Fuck off.
I think you should probably just give them up.
I'll get them through.
From the tavern to the tannery. Even the cops are his. There'll be less of this riffraff once we're inside the gates.
I'm used to being a riffraff.
Today you're on the guest list. No weapons allowed on Rooker's Ranch. You get them back when you leave.
No.
Wait here.
What's the deal?
No weapons inside.
I don't give up my blades for anyone.
One of these days you should learn to fight with your fists.
Fuck off.
I think you should probably just give them up.
I'll get them through. Not a fucking word.